I met Taylor Swift. I still cannot believe it. I am wearing my Taylor sweater in honor. I have quite a few Taylor-related clothing items, as any Swiftie does. I did consider wearing just like a basic red t-shirt, but I was like, no, I gotta wear my actual Taylor sweater. Hello, my name is Lara, or Lara Likes Mascara. I usually do videos about makeup, but I just met Taylor Swift, so I feel like I need to do a video about that. I really just wanted to like get my story down out there. You know, I might forget details later. And this is a super exciting thing that happened to me. Obviously, I've not like come to terms with it, but like, you know, I'm less disbelieving that it happened at this point, but I still, in some ways, I think I'm still kind of in shock. So thanks for being here. I think I maybe have a little bit of a different audience than usual, unless just nobody watches this. We will see. But I am so excited about this video today. I'm going to be talking fast. I am very excited. I'm kind of shaky. I don't know why. But yeah, let's talk about how I met Taylor Swift at TIFF. Taylor, I love you. Okay, let's start with some background. I've been a Taylor Swift fan since grade 7. That was in 2007. My friend Allison introduced me to her. I have like the original emails of our conversation. I have gone to all of her concerts that came to Toronto except for the Fearless tour. I don't know if I was too young at that point, or like I wasn't making my own money and my mom was like, no, it's too much money to spend, something like that. Like I really wanted to go, but I just wasn't able to access tickets. But since then I've been to every concert. Like when she comes, I go to both nights. I've also seen her at the MMVAs. I was supposed to see her at the Loverfest concert, which was canceled. I was going with my friend Allison, who I mentioned before, to LA because she wasn't coming to Canada. Of course, COVID, so I didn't see her. And the last time she was here at the Reputation tour, I actually, through my sister, managed to get like really, really close seats. I think we were in row 13. My sister, unfortunately, was working in Florida at the time, and so she couldn't come. This was extremely upsetting for both of us, so we brought my friend Allison to that concert instead. So we were very, very close. That was obviously the best Taylor concert ever because we were so close. But Taylor doesn't do a lot of other appearances. I mean, she'll be on like, you know, SNL and do performances and stuff, but you can't really access those things. The only way to access her is at concerts, whereas I attend a lot of film festivals, and I think actors are easier to access because they are in movies. You know, they do red carpets, they come to film festivals all over the world, and you have more of an opportunity to meet them. Obviously, Taylor has her secret sessions. She has like the rep room and the rooms that she does after every concert. But other than that, like, you don't really see people meeting Taylor, like getting selfies with her. So here we come to TIFF. I have been attending TIFF for over a decade now. I work in film. I'm doing my PhD in film. So this is a big part of my life. And I was so excited. Oh, look at this. I've got my TIFF water bottle. I've actually worked at the festival before, so I kind of know some of the ins and outs. And I was already so excited. I had a specific kind of pass for the festival this year. And then the Friday before the festival begins, so it's supposed to begin on a Thursday, the Friday before, they announced that Taylor is doing an In Conversation With. Now, the festival does some In Conversations With for actors who have their films at the festival. So this year there was Eddie Redmayne, Viola Davis, and this, it was a late addition because, you know, obviously they announced it the week before. It wasn't even in the program guide in the In Conversations With page. So I think that TIFF had been really, really hoping that it would happen, but they weren't sure if it would fall through, so they didn't announce it until late. Joe Alwyn, Taylor's boyfriend, was also at the festival for a film of his called Catherine Called Birdie, so maybe that was part of it. Like, I also forgot to mention, this was so funny, I post about Taylor a lot on Instagram, obviously, whenever she does like a big announcement, and she had just announced the Midnight's album that same week that the announcement that came out that was Taylor was coming to TIFF. I think it was like the Sunday night or something. So Monday morning, I wake up to the news that Taylor has a new album coming out. Of course, I'm freaking out. So I share it on my stories. And then I think my next Instagram story was like 2 days later. And it was about TIFF. I was just like, TIFF is coming soon. I'm so excited. And then 2 days after that, the Taylor at TIFF announcement was made. I was like, what? One story about Taylor, one story about TIFF, and then my next story is about Taylor at TIFF. It was so surreal. Again, so much of this was so surreal. I was just like, this event is for me. Like, what are the chances she's coming to TIFF? I could not believe it. So, of course, I was trying to figure everything out I could about this Taylor Swift visit because I still have friends who work the festival. I had an industry pass and I have other friends in the industry, friends and colleagues in the industry. So I was really trying to use that to my advantage to find out any information I could. Here is the program book. So it just basically lists all of the films, including the In Conversation With. So let me pull that up. There's not too many. There's usually like 3 or 4 every year. Oh, here we go. Okay. So you see In Conversation With, and I only got this book because I had an industry pass. Okay, so there you are. We've got Damien Chazelle, Viola Davis, and Gina Price Bythewood, and Lee Jung-jae and Jung Woo-sung, who are some very well-known Korean actors. So they had not included in this program book. It was not confirmed by the time that this went to print. And just the fact that Taylor was even coming, she never does this. She's never done anything like this before. Like, she screened it at Tribeca, I believe, but she didn't do like an In Conversation With kind of thing. She just screened it. And when I was talking to my sister, we were like, this is for the TIFF Swifties? Like, this event was specifically catered to me. I attend TIFF every year. I am the biggest fan of Taylor Swift. Like, I just could not believe it. So here's my pass. I'm gonna cover up my name. But yeah. So I also have a TIFF membership. Tickets went on sale Saturday, literally the day after this was announced. And so I'm all ready for it because I'm like, I have a TIFF membership. I will get early access. Not exactly. There are tiered membership levels, so obviously I don't have the highest level. I have sort of like the basic level. So the tickets went on sale first to the highest level members at 10 a.m. Then they were supposed to go on sale to members at 12 p.m. And then on Monday, 2 days later, they were supposed to go on sale to the general public. So I was like, okay, I'm going to get 4 tickets because I know there's going to be other people who want tickets. The max you could get was 4 tickets. I had called TIFF the day before to find out all the information I could, what the cost was, if it was going rush, if I would have early access as an industry member, all this. I didn't get too much information, but I was like, whatever, I have early access, I'm ready, it'll be fine. Also, keep in mind that the way TIFF structures it is that there's a cutoff date by which you can buy membership so that people aren't getting the membership specifically to attend the festival. Like, this is done every year. So you have to become a member by like end of August in order to be able to access tickets in advance because there's early members days. Anyways, it didn't occur to me to ask around if anyone was a member with like the higher tier access because I did not think it would be a problem. So that wasn't even on my mind. I was just so convinced that I would be able to get tickets. So anyway, Saturday rolls around. I'm ready by 10 a.m. I'm trying to get in, but of course it doesn't let me in because I don't have that access. I'm checking Reddit. I'm checking Twitter. Millions of people, not millions of people, probably thousands of people are trying to get tickets but don't have access until the Monday because, as I said, they couldn't just become members in order to get access. You had to have gotten your membership before, which is why I wasn't able to upgrade my membership to the tier that would allow me early access. I was kind of confused about this later because there is actually this TikTok that I think every Swiftie in Toronto watched because it's this girl and her friends basically getting the tickets, and they had just become members as soon as the Taylor thing was announced, and they didn't even have the top tier access, so they shouldn't have been able to get tickets. So I'm a bit confused about how that worked. I actually talked to a box office friend and they were like, yeah, box office messed up, like that shouldn't have happened. So I'm happy for those girls, but like it didn't really make sense to me how they were able to access tickets. Anyways, that was another day problem. So it's about 10:30, 10:35, and I start seeing on Reddit and people start messaging me that apparently the Taylor Swift tickets are sold out. I'm holding out hope. I'm holding out hope because, maybe they have some set aside for each time slot, right? They have some set aside for the lower member tier. They have some set aside for the general public day. And I'm trying to get in. Obviously, the website is just completely crashing. I'm supposed to get access at noon, so at like 11:30, I call up TIFF to see if that will be faster to get through to box office. I also am trying on my computer on 2 different browsers to see if that helps. But yeah, Reddit, someone on Reddit says the Taylor Swift tickets are gone. That's it. All it took was 34 minutes of the top tier members. So eventually when I get in, it's through the phone. I get through faster than on the website, and they say, yeah, all of the tickets are gone. I still hadn't lost hope by this point. I don't know how. Shauna actually, my friend Shauna, if you watch my channel, you know who Shauna is, but she was coming over on this day. So I'm like on the phone with Tiff and she gets here and I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to get Taylor tickets. It was just so stressful because it's like trying to get tickets for a concert, which is very stressful, except for this is a tiny concert. The theater they held it in fits 500 people, not 500,000 or 50,000 or whatever, and thousands of people are trying. The rest of the TIFF members are upset because they can't get into the website because there's so many Swifties trying to get in. So it was this whole thing. TIFF handled it very badly. I will say that. I love TIFF, but they have a lot of problems with their IT services and just some of the decisions they make, not good. But yeah, tickets were sold out. I came to terms with the fact that I would not be seeing her. That evening, we actually went to one of my friends' parties and I started bawling. My partner had to like comfort me. Shauna was there and she's like, what is going on? All my friends are like, why are you crying? Yeah, I thought I wasn't seeing Taylor. And so I was devastated. Monday rolls around. I decide I'm going to try again for tickets in case they release any more for general public. So I go in person to the box office because that's how those girls on TikTok got the tickets, supposedly. So I go there. There's actually somewhat of a line waiting to get in because these are just, general public who want their tickets. The girl behind me is also a Taylor Swift fan. There's some other Taylor Swift fans there. So people are, holding out hope. Box office opens. I'm there before it opens at 8. And they say, yeah, I'm sorry, no more tickets were released. I'm getting my partner to try to get tickets online as well, just in case. And yeah, they didn't release any tickets. They let all of the tickets go in that first time slot for the highest tier members at 10 a.m. on the Saturday, which was just devastating. Like, I have a membership and I don't think that's fair. I think they should have left some tickets for general public because yes, TIFF is a film festival and they want to reward the people who support them, but like, this event shouldn't be for wealthy people, at least not entirely. They should have left, I don't know, maybe like 20 or 50 tickets for Taylor Swift fans. I just don't agree with the way that they did that. But anyways, I remember one day I was just like listening to All Too Well and then I started bawling again. I'm a very big Taylor Swift fan, if you can't tell. So I was getting really emotional about this. Friday rolls around. I had attended the festival on Thursday, had a great time. Friday was going really well too. I saw some really great films. And then something that happened on Thursday, I get this email that goes out to industry that's like, we have released a very limited number of tickets to like the highest tiers of the industry pass. We've released a limited number of Taylor Swift tickets to these individuals, and I didn't have access because I don't have, again, that top tier. I didn't have the top tier membership. I didn't have the top tier of industry pass. So I'm just like, man, can't catch a break. I did have a couple people I knew who had like the next level up. So I was like, if on Friday morning at 8 a.m., because they release tickets at 8 a.m., if there are any tickets available. So I had asked 3 people, 2 colleagues and 1 friend, to check for me if there were tickets to try to get me Taylor tickets if they released any. So I had 3 different people trying to get tickets. Of course, Friday morning, they don't release any tickets. There were none available. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to the event, but maybe I'll wait outside of the light box just in case, we might see her. And I did, again, as I say, like I had a bit of insider intel because I had worked the festival before and I knew the venue. And so the day of, I'm checking in with my former manager, with former colleagues. Do you know what's happening with Taylor? Do you know what's going on, where she's going to go? But that was more like a security related thing. They knew what was going to happen once she got in the building, but I wasn't going to be in the building. I was waiting outside. So, you just kind of had to guess where to go, where Taylor would go. I will give you photographic evidence of all this so you can kind of get a feel for it. So there were people waiting outside of the front doors. Of course, TIFF staff had put up barricades for people to stand behind. That didn't really make sense to me because she wasn't going to be going in through the front doors. Like, nobody ever does unless you're not super famous, but like if you're going to get mobbed by fans, you're not going to go in the front door. Usually what happened was that celebrities went in through the side door because there was always barricades set up in this area and they could security could open the barricades, allow a car to drive in and drop someone off right by the side door. That couldn't happen in front of the front doors because the whole street was shut down for festival. So I figured our best bet was to stand by the side of the building in case we saw her coming in with the car, even if, you know, she's just outside for a second between getting out of the car and in the building. That was something. The third possibility was that she would be coming in through the back. That is where the loading docks are, but you can't access that area usually because security kind of shuts it down, and also celebrities don't really go in through the loading docks. Like that's not really an entrance, but it was definitely the most private, the most secure, so that was a possibility. So I'm waiting. My sister gets a really good spot because it was sort of right at the corner of the building, so right at the front of the barricades, but we could kind of, you know, go out if we needed to go to the bathroom or get food and sort of go back in and squish in if we saw someone there. Like, it was just a very convenient location. So I was with my sister and a couple of other friends. It was chill. We were having a good time. I got there at about 4:30, and so I had to wait just over 2 hours before the event started, which wasn't too bad. My sister was there like an hour before. Everyone's very excited, but no one has any idea what's going on. Everyone's trying to get information. I'm trying to like instruct the people in my area as best I can about where she would possibly be coming in, when we might see her. But, you know, it's anyone's guess as to what's going to happen. So we're there for a while. It's about 6:30, and then it comes out that there's a video on Twitter that shows her inside the building. And we were able to figure out where this was. It was in the lobby area, but sort of set apart so that people in the lobby wouldn't be able to see her, because all of the ticket holders were in the lobby. That's where they were keeping them. So if you were in the right place, you could maybe see her. And that's where this video had come from. Someone had filmed her. And this was very upsetting for us to hear, because obviously we were waiting outside because we thought she was going to come in through the side door, and she was already in the building. Oh, I forgot to mention, I also had a friend volunteering in the light box at this point, and she wasn't sure if she was going to be inside the theater for the event. Like, she might get to see Taylor. So I was like, tell me what's happening. We need details. But of course, you know, you're not supposed to check your phone when you're volunteering. So she was texting me very sporadically, and she like didn't really have any information for me. So it's so hectic. But at this point we're like, okay, that's it. Like, we're not gonna get to see her. She's already in the building. What do we do? Maybe she'll come out when she leaves. So then my sister and another friend are like, well, you know, if she's in the lobby, maybe we should just go inside the building, because then at least that way we would see her. And we didn't even know if she was still in the lobby at that point. Like, she was posing for photographers, her and Sadie Sink, but we didn't know how long that was gonna last, if she was going straight up to the screening. It was still fairly early at this point. I don't know. I was not checking the time. And so I'm like, okay, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Like, you guys go inside, we'll stay out here. Maybe you'll get to see her. Cross my fingers for you. But the crowds at this point were crazy. Like, right outside of the front doors, there was a giant sing-along of All Too Well 10-minute version. People in the bar across the street, which is called Casa Mezcal, they were playing her music. Like, it was just this massive, like, Taylor Swift party. It was actually very cool. I was very stressed. So obviously I was not participating, but I hope people are having a great time. But again, I was like, why are you at the front doors? Like, she's not going to come out the front doors. She would need like 10,000 security guards, because it's just anyone can walk in the front doors. So my sister and the friend are trying to get into the building, but unfortunately, because there's so many people, they like can't get in the regular way, so they have to go all the way around the street to get in the building. So they're close by, but there's so many thousands of people. So we're, you know, just waiting around at the barricades, and then we hear screaming start. And it's people who are by the side door, like us, but it's the people who are right across. I'm getting like shaky talking about this. It's the people who are right across from the door, the entrance exit door. And then we see Taylor. She comes out and she starts walking. And we're not prepared. My phone is plugged into my portable charger at this point. It's, you know, out facing. It's filming what's in front of me. It's not filming me. So it's plugged in to my portable charger, which is in my bag. I have my sunglasses on my head, and I start filming, and Taylor is walking towards us. We're right at the corner, right at the very edge, and she's walking directly towards us. And I don't even think I like have this in my memory of what happened. Like, I bits and pieces. She's walking towards us, and she, at the end of sort of the walkway towards us, she runs. She does like a little run to get close to us. And then she says, hey, do you guys want to take some pictures or something? And she is walking fast and we are not prepared. And the last little bit, she runs to us. I don't know what we thought was happening. We didn't have enough time to think. I don't know if I was capable of thinking, because logically what I should have done is unplug my phone from my portable charger, put my portable charger in my bag, and then turn my phone front facing, or get something out for her to sign. Like, I was not prepared at all. I just kept filming until she literally came right up to us and she said, hey, do you guys want to take a picture or something? Something like that. It's hard to tell in the videos because there's a lot of screaming, but I remember her saying something like that and just not being prepared. And I'm like the first one there and my phone is out because I'm filming her, and she tries to take my phone. She turns it around. I wish I had footage of this, all of the videos, because a lot of people are filming her as she walks out, but you can't fully see what's happening because from the other angles, like her back, or there's security guards in the way or whatever. But she tries to take my phone and she sees that it's facing the other way. And so she moves on to the next phone. And also because it's literally plugged into my stuff, like she can't take it. And like now that I've watched the videos a number of times, it's so funny when I was watching them back because you can hear someone go, hey, as she comes over, hey. And that was me. That was my voice. Do I remember doing that? No. Do I remember saying hey to Taylor Swift? No, I don't. And so she takes the girl beside me's phone, who is screaming. I am silent this whole time. I don't know what was going on. I said, hey, but I was not screaming. And the girl beside me, so she takes her phone and she turns it around and she does like a group selfie of all of us. And someone's phone is like in my face and I'm trying to move my face so that I can be in the selfie with Taylor. And then as Taylor moves on to the next person, I go, I only know this because of watching back videos. I say, it was nice to meet you. And then she's moved on. And she's taking a picture with my other friend. And then there we were, standing at the very front of the barricades, watching as she went around to each and every person. And my sister wasn't there. And I'm texting her. I'm like, you need to get back here. I don't know how you're going to get through everyone, because by this point the crowd was so much bigger because everyone's screaming and, you know, they knew that Taylor was here. So this is where you have to come to, not outside the front doors. And my sister is forcing her way through, and she makes her way back somehow to the front. We're standing beside each other so we can see Taylor. She was going all the way around, but she, you know, she's already past us. And that was what made it like bittersweet for me. I mean, I'm so happy that I saw Taylor and I got a selfie with her.
It's love. You never called it what it was. Till we were dead and gone and buried. Check the pulse and come back swearing.
Sorry, I had to change. I was getting so warm. But that's what made it bittersweet for me, because like my sister and I have been huge fans for so many years, and my sister had missed her last concert. And you know, she's as big a fan as me, if not more, and like she wasn't there in that moment when Taylor came around. So this is, I mean, you probably wanted to hear a good story. It is a good story. I am so happy to have met her. I actually feel so incredibly lucky, obviously, but I felt like I couldn't freak out as much because I was like, this is not right. This is not how it was supposed to happen. This is not how I was supposed to meet her. Like I wasn't prepared, and my sister wasn't there, and it was so stressful. And then I was just sort of in shock, both because I just met Taylor, but also because it wasn't how I expected it to go, you know, and I was watching Taylor go all the way around. And I will show some other videos, of course, that I got of Taylor and that other people got where you can see me in it. And I can't believe it happened, because she didn't have to do it. She had already gotten in the building, and yet she came outside to say hello to everyone. Sadie Sink apparently came outside briefly as well, but she just sort of like waved and then went back in, which is kind of sad because like I would have loved to meet Sadie Sink as well. She's just beautiful and incredible actress, and all too well, you know? So, but I was just in shock, and I'm so happy for everyone that met her, because, you know, Twitter was just blowing up, and everyone who were, you know, everywhere else in the world was so happy for Toronto Swifties who got to meet her, because she, you know, everyone knew that Swifties in Toronto were not happy because they weren't even able to access tickets. We didn't even have a chance to get tickets, and yet Taylor came out and did that for us. So that was wonderful, and I really hope that Taylor does something like this again, and that it's handled better by TIFF in the future. And another sad thing, I'm sorry, I just need to say this. There were some people who were hoping to still get tickets, because sometimes at the last minute, if people don't show up or if there's extra seats available, they will let in some more people. It's called like the rush line. I was able to do a bunch of rush lines for the festival, and so there was people waiting in the rush line. And there were these two girls who had been there since 5 a.m. They were number 5 and 6 in the rush line. And they didn't get in. They didn't let a single person in the rush line, despite those people waiting for over 12 hours. And they didn't get to meet Taylor because they had to keep their place in the rush line. So that was really hard. And it's just so tough, because like you can't anticipate something like that. We had no way of knowing which entrance Taylor was going to go in, if she was going to come outside at all. And I think that must have been her choice. Like, TIFF staff or security wasn't going to be like, okay, go outside and meet your fans. Like, that was just a decision she must have made, maybe to try to make up for the fact that tickets weren't available. I don't know if she's aware of any of that. You know, I don't know her involvement at all, because that was definitely on TIFF. That was not on Taylor, how the tickets were dispersed. And no other celebrities did that. Like, Harry Styles also had an event at the Lightbox, a press conference, and he didn't do that. He didn't go outside at all. My heart just breaks for fans who don't get to meet the artists they love, because Taylor has had such a profound impact on my life, and I don't know if I'll ever get to tell her that. I mean, I'm sure she gets told that all the time, every day on social media, in person, and I'm just one fan. But I wanted to make a video about this because of how important it is to me, and it's not like my usual content, but if you are a regular viewer, I do appreciate you for watching this. I posted about it the next day, the day after, and then I had a party that night, and like I was just getting swarmed with people asking me about it, because everyone knew about this event, like fans of Taylor. I didn't think we would actually get to see her. So like my close friend Allison, we had tried to get tickets to get together, but I didn't tell her, you know, that I was going outside to wait for Taylor, because I didn't think I would actually see her. And then other people who had tried to get tickets, I didn't tell them that they should also try to wait outside for her, because, you know, I was already at TIFF, I was already there, but I just didn't think it would be worth the time, because I didn't think she would come, and I still can't believe it. I'm in contact with some people who work the event, so I'm hoping to get some more details, insider information. I actually got a lot of DMs from people after I posted the pictures on Instagram being like, do you have any other videos, like from different angles, because I want to see if I can see myself, or, you know, someone who was actually working the event and wanted to see themselves. So I'm hoping to get some more insider information, but the one person I know who did work with her said that she was exactly as you would expect, like just as kind, lovely, and goofy. So yeah, what an experience. I feel so incredibly lucky. You know, this TIFF Swiftie is happy. I'm sad for my sister. Oh, and at the party, I remember my friend asked me if, like, after meeting Taylor, I felt like my life was changed. And I was like, yes, of course. Like, she is the person I would most like to meet, the most important person to me. Like, seeing her in real life, like, nothing compares to that. And I hope that happens for you as well. There was something else I was gonna say. Oh yeah, I had a screening right after meeting Taylor. I had to like run there. We also waited for her outside after the event, just in case she came outside again. She like waved hello out the side door, but she didn't come outside, unfortunately. So then I had a screening I had to run to. My focus was like 8% at that film. It's called Emily. It's with the Maeve actress from Sex Education, who I love, and she was there, and it was really good, but obviously I could not focus. I was just like vibrating, like I just saw Taylor Swift. I just saw Taylor Swift. Okay, I also forgot to say that while I was outside waiting for Taylor, like after we met her, when we were waiting to see if she would come out again after the event, this Instagram account that I follow, Taylor Swift Styled, which if you don't follow it, follow it. It's amazing. I don't know how she does it, but this girl, Sarah, basically is able to like track down all of the pieces Taylor wears. And so whenever there's like a media appearance or Taylor posting on stories or whatever, she writes out like where all of her clothing articles are from. Not that I have ever or will ever buy anything, but it's just so cool to see this broken down. And while I was standing there, on my phone looking through Instagram, Twitter, seeing what people were saying about Taylor, this showed up in my feed, and it showed the dress that she was wearing and where it was from. And it was, I can't tell you how surreal it was to see her post about a TIFF event that Taylor was at, that I had just seen the dress in real life, and there it was showing up on my feed. Like, it just somehow made it more real to me. Also, I never say in this video, I am so excited for Midnights. I am so excited for Midnights in October. Oh my god. Okay, that's all. So in the end, it kind of all worked out, at least for me. For my sister, obviously it did not, so I'm very lucky that I just happened to be in the right place at the right time. People were like, how did you get that close? How did you meet her? I was like, honestly, luck. Partially because my sister got there so early, but also just like the location I was and the fact that she came straight over to us. That was just luck. So thank you, TIFF, for hosting this event. Hopefully if something happens like this in the future, it will be handled a little bit differently, or maybe I will be a bit more prepared. But yeah, that is my meeting Taylor Swift story. I hope one day I will, get to meet her properly again. I don't know if I should say I met her or I saw her, because I don't know if it counts as meeting. Me being like, hey, and her being like, want to take some pictures? And me being like, it was nice to meet you. Like, I don't know what that counts as, but I'm saying we met. I don't know if it counts. Thanks so much for watching this video. Let me know if you are from Toronto, if you're a Toronto Swiftie, or where you are in the world as a Swiftie. And yeah, I hope you get your moment to meet Taylor, or to see her at least, or if you're not a huge Taylor Swift fan, to see the artists that mean the most to you. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later. I'm happy to answer any other questions if I haven't covered anything below. Bye, guys.